Welcome back to I think it's episode 4. Let me make sure I'm still in the camera. Episode number 4. It was kind of impromptu. I hadn't planned to do this today. I think the camera on this side. I'm trying to make sure I'm looking in the right spot. But we just gonna look at it. It's kind of impromptu. You see, I have a guest today. First time having a guest. We're gonna get right to the topic. Dating is trash. I have a former classmate. We graduated class of 97. And I'm gonna let her introduce herself, so let me slide back just a little bit.
Hello everyone, I'm Tyronza, aka Cookie Harris. Everybody calls me Cookie. Yeah. And I'm just here to support again my classmate on the topic. Dating is trash.
Cause it's trash.
From a woman's perspective. Yeah. I got y'all. But okay. I need y'all to have me too.
And fellas, I need y'all to back me up. Cause y'all, man, I be fighting for us by myself sometimes, so I'm gonna need you to back me up. Dating is trash. The reason I came up with that is because it is. Right now, and it depends on how you're maneuvering out here. But I didn't want to just do it by myself because I didn't want it to seem biased or feel like I was bashing women. Because I didn't want it to come across that way because I'm not bashing women. But if I'm only speaking from just my perspective, then that's how it's going to come across. So I'm glad that she volunteered. Cookie volunteered. I'm going to try to use her government name. Tyronza volunteered. That don't feel right. So I'm going to say Cookie. Because that's all I ever call you, Cookie. We're going to jump right into it. Like I said, it's not even really planned out. So I'm going to let you start off presenting wherever you want to start off at. Let's go.
Okay. And this is a disclaimer. We're going to suspend all judgment today.
Right. That's right.
I like to say that because I'm a natural, so I just talk off the top of my head. And we don't have all the answers, but maybe we will touch someone today.
That's right.
You know, with just a word, just a piece. But when I walked in, I asked Ed, what is it that men really want? What is it that you really want? Because a lot of us women, we've tried the dating thing. It's not working in today's society. It's not working. We're meeting men that just want to come over. They've forgotten, or they may not know how to date. You know, we may want to go out. Ruby Tuesdays, Applebee's, Logan's. It's the small things. So what is it that men really want?
And as she said, we don't have all the answers, so I'm just going to... The thing is, some of this might actually end up leaving you with more questions because I think sometimes all of the questions don't get asked before we start making decisions. So what do men want? And I can only speak from me and from what I've observed. We want a woman that is loyal. And this is going to sound weird. This is one of them. We want a woman that's not going to hold it against us for not being what they see on TV. With all of the things that's going on with the reality shows and these ball players are starting to make more and more money or whatever field they might be in business or whatever. It took them a while to get there, but we're seeing it presently. And we just don't want you to hold it against us because it's presented that that's how the world works. Don't hold it against me if I don't mirror that yet or ever. Because sometimes you'll skip past all of the good qualities, the fact that a man may be treating you right, and because he hadn't hit that mark, you'll discard him. So that's just two of the things, and I'm gonna go back to Cookie because I don't want to ramble on too long.
Oh, go ahead. You good. You was on the
okay.
Right.
Well, we also want somebody that's over. I'm gonna go there. We want somebody that's over their whole phase.
Hey,
they got all the hoe out you, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. I was actually listening to Jasmine Sullivan's album today, and I was impressed because she was telling the truth about some of the decisions and things that women actually have had to make, whether by not so much force but out of necessity or just because you enjoy doing it. But when it comes time to settle down and get into a relationship, we want to know that if we get into a big disagreement, no matter what it is, that hoe is not your first response. That you're not going to just revert back to, well, I can go back in these streets and I'm lit. Because we not fooled. At least me, I'm not naive to think that once I get with a woman, that all guys stop trying to communicate with her. And honestly, that if it's early, she may still be communicating with some of the guys to some degree. I'm not naive enough to think that. But at some point as we're building, I want to know that regardless to what we face, I'm not on shaky ground as far as somebody else being able to come in because of how you operated prior to me. And I'm going to stop right there for right now. Because I'm going to have some questions for y'all women too.
But
go ahead.
To follow the whole phase.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. We got some men whores.
I was one for a while, like 2015.
We want men to be out of their hoe and dog phase and talk about commitment. And I'm speaking from the age of 41.
Yeah, okay.
41
in the house. I'm
41.
I'm older than her though.
5 months.
That's right.
But we want to know that you're able to commit, that you're willing to commit, that you can be loyal to us. Now, I'm not saying that all women have been loyal. I'm not saying that all men haven't been loyal. Because men, I think that they are all dogs. I don't think all men are dogs.
We not. Some of us little puppies and stuff. We not big dogs.
However, we got our guards up. We try hard not to compare.
But okay, I'm glad you said that.
We try hard not to compare, but we're creatures of habit. We have a lot of feelings, and we have a lot of emotions.
Okay, can I jump in?
Yes.
Let me jump in. Okay, how come... Okay, I'm going to use me for example, because it do happen to me sometimes. How come you get with somebody, and they begin to break down all of the stuff that they've been through, been put through by other guys, and how long they put up with it? I'm like, you put up with this for how many years? And blah, blah, blah. And like in my head, because, I'm just listening. Then when it comes to me or somebody that treats them decent, you put them on a less time frame than the ones you let mistreat you for years. But then a guy come in that does treat you right. Not perfect, got his flaws, y'all bump heads sometimes, but it's nothing like the trauma and the damage you went through. You'll give him 6 months.
Gone.
And if things ain't right, he gone. What does that come from?
Gone. Guilty.
So where does it come from?
Guilty.
Because it happened to you.
Don't want to go through it again. Guilty. Scared.
But then you end up doing the damage to the men that was done to you.
Hey, it's tight, but it's right.
It's tight, it ain't right though.
It's tight. Hey, women.
Talk to
him.
He
won that one.
Talk to him.
I mean, we're scared.
Okay.
Again.
That's fair.
We guarded. We don't want to go through it again. Unfortunately, we may hurt someone in the long run. We may have pushed away. Because I'm guilty of
all of y'all be pushing the good ones away. And I get tired of hearing, but you a good man, but we're going to stop that in 2021. Go ahead.
We're going to say however, ladies, because when you say but,
okay.
It voids out everything you said beforehand.
Teach them.
We're going to say however.
Teach them.
That's what we're going to say.
That might sting worse, though. However, because you about to put some sting or some spice on it. I don't know.
We're going to say however.
Okay.
And just going back to what I said, we're scared. We don't want to be hurt again. We don't know what he's capable of, whether negative or positive. And we just like, look, we ain't doing this. Because it seemed like it's going the same way that the last one. And I'm going to play devil advocate with you, Ed.
Okay.
Because this person may have been their first love. This person might have been a teenage love.
Okay.
And they might just had the hopes, and they was at the last straw, and they said that was enough. Still guarded. Remember that guard.
Yeah, I can't really dispute it because everybody has their own defense mechanism, and it's fair. I can't. I think it's only unfair when it affects me. But I get it because I have my defense mechanisms, and I have points where I might ghost a person because I see too much resemblance of something from the past. Even though it might not be correct. It might just be in my head. But I've already painted a picture of, I know 6 months from now, I ain't going to be able to put up with this. So let me cut it off at this first 6 months because I ain't about to give them a whole year when the whole time they probably, for one, they might be the one that, if you brought something to their attention, they might be the one that would communicate properly with you. But y'all be vicious. Y'all, hey, I'm getting prepared out here because y'all done got raw.
Y'all.
Well,
who is y'all?
well, it's a certain group of y'all that are operating
I agree.
under some savage rules, and it's making it hard out here in the dating world. You got another question? Because I can go to something.
I had a comment.
Come on, bring it up.
Because we had a whole podcast off the air.
Yeah, we should have started recording earlier.
We had a whole podcast off the air.
We're going to try to get back into some of it.
And what Ed just spoke on was triggers and defense mechanism when it comes to women.
Right.
That's all that he was speaking on. And however.
Okay.
And however. EVA. However.
Okay.
Same thing with men. You can push me away because of past triggers and trauma.
Okay.
The society see men as masculine. We talk about gender roles, but unfortunately, women are doing things that men used to do, that are doing and have done.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
You can have those same traumas, same triggers, and you could have approached a woman. And I know that's another question. We will get to that question about approaching. And then something triggered, and you don't want to go through what you've been through with the woman before or two before.
Oh, yeah.
So you pushing her away.
I'm ghost dog. I get missing.
Ghosts.
Because that's my defense mechanism. Like, and it's like, I know what I can say with us. I would imagine with you too. The older you get, the more afraid you're of getting hurt. So the less time you give people. Like, look, me personally, I've been married twice. Do you know how hard it is for me? And that's a blessing. I got some great kids out of this. But the scars and stuff you get from that, and the stuff that lingers with you for years, that you sometimes put off on other people.
Your past trauma. The triggers. Yeah. Same thing.
It complicates the dating pool because now the older you get, you realize, man, everybody got messed over at some point. And how I'm dealing with them, I don't know what stage of healing, if any, that they're at. So I might just get all of the residuals from them being over the last guy. I'm refreshing to them. But once we bump heads, it's like, but nah, I'm good. However, I like that. I might name the podcast Dating is Trash. However. I like that. You might see that in a couple hours. Let me see. I got some up here. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the money part. Now, as I sit here with a woman that takes care of her own bills, her own children. Financially, she can be with a man because she wants to, not because she needs a bill paid. I'm sure that's a blessing. That's a lot of work. But not everybody is in that situation, or even some that are. They weaponize the idea of money or how money is used, or the value of a man is based on how much he can do dollar-wise. So sometimes no matter how good you treat them, and I might have said this just a little while ago, but no matter how good you treat them, if at any point you can't hit a certain dollar amount, if a problem comes up, you out of there.
It coincides though. It coincides with what you said earlier.
Okay, yeah.
What you're saying, it coincides.
More. Yeah. It and it's mind blowing sometimes because it's like, I really do treat you right. Like, it's not like you have a lot of complaints about how we communicate and how we interact, but we hit a rough spot and I ain't have it this one time, and now you're drifting away because it's a realization for me, or just for a man, that, oh, you attach my value to what I was able to do if you needed it, instead of saying his value isn't in the money that he has, because his value will bring him whatever dollar amount he goes after.
Was she really attracted to you?
I mean, I am handsome. I mean, you act.
I was speechless.
Yeah. I mean, I'm handsome, so I think she was attracted to me.
But was she really attracted to you? You
and this
ask
is
yourself.
Not, and this is not just one
really
situation.
Okay.
I think she was because, and like I say, this applies to a couple different scenarios, but they all kind of blend together. I'm kind of charismatic, so I know how to make a person laugh. Or if I'm interested in you, I kind of find the right angle to get you to talk to me or laugh or smile or whatever. So I think she was initially impressed by our interaction because at the time, at that point, you don't know what I got. As we continue to talk or whatever, I ain't gonna go into the details because that might. I don't want them. It ain't no beef, and if they're watching this, I don't want to feel like I'm telling their business right now. Yeah, so it's not. I'm not gonna go there. But at the end of the day, we don't talk, and it was linked to a dollar amount. Wow. It won't be said. Now it could be made like, no, I just didn't like you, and that would be cold to say because you know it wouldn't be the truth. And like I said, it's not just about one particular person, but it's a couple of scenarios that have happened. Realizing that, dang, I thought she liked me. She liked what I was able to do when I could do it. So she tolerated me. Don't no nigga want to be tolerated. We want to be accepted for who we are. Don't tolerate me. Leave me alone if that's the case. You come back with something, Cookie. What you got?
Ladies.
Talk to them.
And I'm going to use our town because Ed and I talked about this. I told you in the unaired, unvideo
yeah, we should
podcast.
get some of that, yeah.
Just our upbringing alone and knowing Ed's background and how he was raised.
Preacher kid.
But your daddy worked though. He didn't depend on the church to wholeheartedly take care of you. Where you work at Shul?
He worked at Shul. When he started out at Haddock Myers, Thornton.
My dad too. My daddy too.
That's right. That's how. Yeah, that's he would always ask about my pops once my daddy left. Then he went over to Shul. Worked a few other jobs
for years.
For years at Shul Furniture. A lot of y'all older people in town, y'all bought them Frigidaires and stuff from my pops.
And the reason I'm saying that is because we wasn't raised with a lot. Right. And because we've matured and got older, some of us working individuals, Ed's on the road. I've been in corrections for X amount of years, moved up in the chain. I'm in no way representing them on today. I just needed to say that. We're working for what we want, what we need, shelter, take care of our kids. Yep. So for us in this city to want the things of lavish, preferably from a man that's from the same city, you have to understand the backings. Okay.
I'm doing it too. We should in the camera.
The backings, we talk with our hands.
Yeah.
The backings and the upbringings of the people that we're confiding in or building relationships with.
That's good. Ooh,
because
keep going.
My grandfather always said, I work hard for what I got. And I was raised in the house with him. And that rings in my head. My granddaddy is 87 years old. I was with him right before I came here. Yep. And I have goals. Yes, I do. No one is going to step in and try to step on those goals. I'm going to work hard so that I can continuously to provide for myself and my children. So for us to want those things of lavish, we have to dumb it down a little bit, ladies. I'm sorry in advance.
She said it.
Not me. And just start really accepting people for who they are now.
And where they are.
Ed said something, I can't remember what it was.
Come on, it might come back to
me. But
me.
if you know you full of BS just in the beginning, men know when they ain't no good.
Right.
Period. Point blank. Men know when they've been running the streets. Mm-hmm. Men know when to throw in the towel. Yeah. Men know when they get tired. Yeah. Vice versa, women. Because we got some women out here probably just as worse as the men.
Nowadays, y'all the new niggas. Y'all hey, y'all rough.
And you know, I'm just saying, so don't expect. Now, there's some hardworking men. in this city. I know some hardworking men. Probably can call off a few. Not just the older generation, because some of the young ones, you know, that I know.
Some young kids that's out here that work. Some of y'all
I'm talking about working. I ain't talking about the hustle.
So much respect to y'all.
I'm talking about
legal.
The working.
We ain't talking about.
And they're working hard because they have goals. They have families. They have children. They want to put their children in nice houses, and they want to have something to leave their children when they're gone. Legacy. Exactly. Right. We have to tone it down a little bit. Even if you weren't raised like that, I wasn't raised on material things.
No.
Because I was raised right up 6'11". People say Washington Park, Lincoln Heights. I wasn't raised like that, but I was raised to appreciate, you know, what I have. Never try to keep up with the Joneses.
No.
Never try to keep. And I understand we like nice things. I want a nice house. I want 3-4 bedrooms and 3-4 bathrooms.
Yeah.
I want it.
Yeah. Gonna get it.
But I'm not gonna overextend myself and overwhelm myself with the salary that I'm making independently. We gotta talk about independence.
Okay. Yeah. Bookmark that.
Trying to do that, going broke, house foreclosed, car gone, kids in college, and kids might have to come home. No.
Okay.
Let's tone it down a little bit.
Let me interject, okay. Because you just listed off a few things, and you have pretty much your way of operating set up because you're doing it by yourself. How then, because I've run into that problem too, where, I do believe a woman wants a man, but because she's done it by herself for so long, how do y'all, or at what point are y'all are able to back up and let a man start taking some of that weight off of you?
I'm willing to back up.
You say if he show up, hey. But for so many, it doesn't go that way. And I believe they truly do want it, but they don't know how to let go of the fact that I've been doing it by myself. Because if you, and I don't want to call it disappoint them.
Disappoint.
But it ends up being.
It goes back to what you were saying about the little thing that you couldn't do. Now you're gone.
Yeah, but it's like, so the rest of them didn't matter then. So how then do you allow a man to come in and say, and like I said, I'm not really keying in on gender roles, but saying he's the man of the house. How do you get to that point where, you've done it for so long that I know how it operates from Monday through Saturday, even with all the variables, I kind of know how I'm going to run it. What allows a man to come in, or at what point do you allow a man to come in and say, okay, I'm going to turn some of this over, or I'm going to let go of some of this? What does he have to do? What does he have to prove, or what is that? Can you answer that?
I can't really answer that.
Okay.
Because I've never been in that situation.
Okay.
I've never been married, you guys. 0 marriages, no proposals. Yes, I do have 2 beautiful young ladies. And let me say this. I'm not saying that my kids are only taken care of by me because
you got a village?
Daughter I have a village.
People, you got people around
and
support.
Yeah. I'm gonna leave it at that.
But in the house it's just you. So
in the house,
don't take away from
custodial wise.
In the house it's
just me.
Yeah.
I can speak on what I saw 19 years with my mother because my mother got remarried. Our last year of high school.
Yeah,
let me tell you. It was the night of the Brunswick game. I said, look, y'all need to hurry up and go and do this because I had to get to the game. It's my senior year. February 7th, 1997. Come on, y'all hurry up and do this.
Oh, that's funny.
And my mother and myself, I was married 19 years to his health decline, and he passed away in 2016.
Okay.
My mom had only been married once to my father. They were teenage loves, high school. She met my stepdad. Well, actually, let me tell y'all something, ladies. He got that lady from the church. And that's fine. We ain't gonna get too much on
some freaks. My
mama ain't no freak.
Oh, Miss Mama, you not.
She was worship leading, and he started to inquire about her. This was probably maybe September. I'm not sure. But by February, they was married. I don't even think it had been a year. But that's the older generation.
Right.
That's what they do. You know, that we ain't gonna be shacking. We either gonna do this or we gonna go our separate ways. And they got married on a Friday night, and they were married for 19 years. I acquired to have a marriage. I got an even better one.
Good.
My grandparents, My grandma, God rest her soul, my nanny, she wiped the walls of GCHS.
Okay.
For 4 years. Okay. In 9 months. Her and my grandfather. She just passed in November. 66 years.
Wow.
Longevity, marriage. Ups and downs, but they stayed the course. That's a long time. That's a long time. But I can speak on.
Good gracious.
We moved from my grandmother in 94.
Okay.
In 94, and we moved on Halifax. My mom, myself, and my brother. When my stepdaddy came in, it wasn't a hard adjustment for me.
Okay.
It looked like to me that my mama just said, I guess she had just met her soulmate and he had met his, because they had both been through some things. Had both been married before.
Okay.
And I can't really, and he moved in with us.
I think it was less noise for the older generation to have to work through. It's so much being bombarded at people now that it's like, what does love even look like anymore? How do I know what a soulmate is when I keep getting presented all of this different information about what it should look like? How do I narrow that down to even know how to find it in somebody else? Because it's just so much out there that's... Come on.
I missed the part.
What's up?
They dated.
People don't.
It was a short period of time, but guess what, y'all? They dated. My mom he had a truck. We called the truck Old Blue. She sat and we laughed, but they were in love. She sat in the middle of that seat right beside him. Y'all remember them couples that used to ride through town in those trucks?
Oh, yeah.
My mom sat in the middle of that seat. That was the only vehicle he had, but she still rode with him. And they inherited a lot. I'm here to tell you.
See, that's the thing. Y'all don't want to ride with a man. And I'm sure he wasn't like rich or nothing, like super.
No.
But he was a man. And she loved him for who he was. Evidently, if it took, like you say, less than a year and she had already made up in her mind that he the one. Like you say, just release. You the man.
Independence. There you go.
Yeah. You the man. I'm over here chilling. You got it.
Yeah.
I think it's just too much noise now. And
it is. Society.
People don't know how to get through the clutter to find out who's even being genuine anymore. Or what's your point of reference?
I like that.
What's shaping your view of...
That goes to my question.
Of dating. So go ahead to your question. If it tie in.
I don't want to be taking your...
No. Look, I got to guess it. I'm here to let you talk some.
The approachable woman.
Okay.
Are we turned off by that man? The approachable woman.
I'm not. Like, I don't mind you shooting your shot with me.
So now, once she approaches you, are you going to continue to chase her, if you're interested?
Okay.
Or do she still have to chase you?
Okay, let me tell you how this be going sometimes. Somebody will shoot their shot, right? Which is cool. It ain't gonna act like it just happen all the time, but it do be happening. You shoot your shot, but then it's like you want me to take it from there.
But ain't that what you're supposed to do? Ain't that written somewhere?
If it's written, might need to.
Is it written? We was talking about.
Go to your notes. Where it at? Because what I'm saying. Still, I don't like it. No, the reason I'm saying because it's like you were showing interest. I was over here doing what I was doing. Not saying I'm not interested in you, but you're trying to take my focus from right here to see you. But now you want me to take control of doing all of that. Like. No, I'm over here doing this. Give me a reason to keep looking over here. And it'll be reciprocal. If you're showing interest, I'm not going to let you play yourself. Well, if I'm not interested, I might. But if I'm interested back, you might get left on red or it get done to me. That's part of the game. Hey, some people get left on red. It's not a game. I'm just saying, it ain't a game, but instead of hurting your feelings, like, I done been left on red by some people that probably should have answered.
I have.
You should have answered. But anyway, I ain't gonna do it. It's a couple of y'all, but I left a few of y'all on red too. So I guess that was my karma or whatever. But it's like, what was I just saying? You talking about the approachable woman. Okay.
I was over here.
I don't mind. Yeah, give me a reason to keep looking over here. Like I say. After a couple of times, if I'm interested, I'm going to start back calling and texting you. But you would shoot this shot and then just walk away and think I'm gonna start chasing you. When you see, or if you know me, you know I'm always busy. I'm either on the truck, I'm TSOB, now I'm shooting content. I'm literally always doing something. Give me a reason to want to add you into that. And if that sound messed up, it's not, because the way you have your life set up, if I was coming to you, I would have to give you a reason to take your focus off of this just a little bit, to say, okay, I'm going to add him in and start letting him get some of my attention too. So that's all I'm like. If you're going to approach, know why you're approaching me. Because I be thinking like, why you like me if you hit me up and then...
So do you ask that though? I mean...
Sometimes I don't, because the way I say stuff sometimes, even though I don't mean no harm, it sounds harsh. So sometimes I kind of just gotta just let it go. Like, okay, I don't know what this is, so...
I think you in the wrong pool.
What you mean?
You in the wrong pool of women.
Yeah, this is a dirty pool. This is the Maharan River pool. Guide me to the right pool, because this joint be trash. Some of y'all...
And I'm feeling like that too, Ed. I'm serious. My cousin, shout out to her. She know who she is. I talk about that with her because we can. Okay. And like, why men don't date? And that's why I jumped on it with you.
And I'm one that do date. Like, I've literally, and I'm gonna let you get back. I remember I asked this woman, and it's funny now because she kind of starting back to show interest. I see you. But I asked her a few years ago, I was like, hey, let me take you out or whatever. And she was like, no. And I was like, well, why not? She was like, because I don't want to. Now, I respected that because she right to the point.
She was playing hard to get.
Well, she can keep playing there. I see you showing a little interest. I remember just a few years ago you won't. But now you think I got some. But anyway, let me stop messing with y'all. Just don't play the games like that. Go ahead, Cookie. Because I'm
we joking because this how we get through. Because we can do that. We've been knowing each other for years. But
well, yeah, you can't forget that.
I don't know how to play games. Now, I'm gonna tell you. I push you away. Look, don't come at me with the foolishness.
Oh yeah.
Ghost, be gone, deuces. I ain't got time.
Because you don't have to deal with it.
And it ain't because I'm independent, I'm paying all my bills, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's because I ain't got time.
You just ain't got time. You don't have to deal with it.
Because I know what I want out of life.
At 41.
And I know what I want to compliment me. I have flaws. And I don't want nobody that say they don't have no flaws. My mama always said, I don't want no preacher standing in front of me that ain't been through nothing. And I'm just saying, I don't want no man that don't have flaws or ain't been through nothing.
That's right.
They don't have a story. Because I got some stories to tell. Some honest ones.
And can I jump in? And that's the thing. I was talking to a young lady. Like I said, I was listening to the Jasmine Sullivan album. And she touches on a lot of real life stuff that women have gone through or whatever. And this going to sound crazy, but I'm not even being funny. And I'm going to try to explain it. I'm going to say it anyway, and if it don't make sense, I'll just back up off of it. And I'm using this word just as a point of reference. I said, hoes are the most honest people. Ones that are living their truth. I'm really saying people that live their truth are the most honest because they not ashamed about how they get down if they really get down like that. Me personally, you wonder, sometimes people wonder, why you go after this type of woman? And I'm not talking about me specifically. I go after the ones, or I allow the ones that to come to me that are honest, or at least I think they're being honest about who they are, and not trying to switch it up to what they think I want when they get around me. When I've observed you from a distance, being who you are, don't come around me and then try to switch it up because you're not telling the truth. And it's hard to get anywhere like that. I might like the wholeness in you. I might have seen
like
it.
That word too.
No, I listened to the Jasmine Sullivan album.
I need to listen to that.
Yeah, she telling y'all business. It's good. She telling.
I had to get some more on her, some more.
She telling y'all business. She telling y'all, hey. But I respect it though because some of the stuff she was talking about, some of my lady friends have told me stories like that, and I'm like, it's just real life. But Go ahead, Cookie. I'm gonna pull up another question too.
Where was we at?
I don't know. I don't know. I just be rambling on sometimes. Let me see.
No, and that's fine.
I thought I had some. It was in my phone.
You want
on my phone? Good. What you say? No, I'm good.
How hard is the question to answer? And this for both men and women. What are you looking for? What happened to communication, guys? Men and women. What happened to communicating?
I want to speak on that.
That's part of dating. Getting to know someone. What?
Women.
Because I'm going to read, ladies, I'm going to read something to you. And men, I want you to listen.
She going to read that in a minute.
And I want, I really like to know how y'all feel.
Ladies, overall, I'm not talking to Cookie. Because I think she do it good. But for a lot of y'all that say communication is the key, y'all really don't communicate as well as y'all think you do. I know they say men, we speak different languages. Women and men speak different languages. And I think sometimes we do say some of the same things, but our intentions are different, so we misunderstand each other. But a lot of you don't really communicate as well as you put out there that you want. You want a person that communicates well, and communication is the key. If I ain't got trust, but you don't trust nobody. Now you got to be loyal, but your past is a little sketchy. You're not wrong for that. Start saying what you really want and not what sounds good. If you want a dope boy, say I want a dope boy. Don't say I want a man of God, because you don't. But you'll try to take a dope boy and make him something he's not.
Ooh.
Accept people where they are for who they are, not for who you want them to be. Because you don't allow nobody to do that to you, so don't do it to anybody else.
And if you know that's not what you want, why pursue? Or either if he came at you, why continue on?
Right.
I'm gonna read something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read this.
I'm trying to get this wild.
And this is me. Me personally, I'm looking for a soulmate, a helpmate, whether it's financially or taking out the trash. Because don't walk past the trash, because I can take it out too. And I will take it out. Because guess what? My daughter, she said, Mom, I'm the man of the house. I got on a boot. And she said she been the man of the house ever since November.
Okay.
But we take out trash.
Okay.
We drive trucks. We cleaned out basements because we've done it, me and my daughter.
Fellas, y'all better watch out.
I need someone that's acceptance of my girls. I'm looking for him to be my everything. Willing to spend time, communicate endlessly. Love, laugh. I'm sorry. And I'm going to throw love in there just because it came out.
Right.
Love and laugh continuously. Travel. Who wants to enhance and grow. Understandings. And spiritual fighters. Well-groomed and well-dressed. List in no particular order. But the reason I said spiritual fighters, and Ed and I talked about this, is we were both raised up. He may have a little more exposure because what were you all?
Church of God in Christ, Kojic.
I love Kojic.
Yeah,
hats off to Kojic.
I'm still very fond. Some memories you can't take away.
Love it.
Yeah.
But I was raised traditional Baptist, Southern Baptist, whatever you want to call it.
We think y'all won't really save because y'all some of the deacons smoke on the church ground. So we didn't think y'all was the real saved, but go ahead.
Over the years, as a youth, I don't want to sing today. Oh, but I appreciate my backing now because I'm the assistant clerk. I help the youth program.
Okay.
And I'm getting exposure where I never had it before. But it's because I'm older and that's what I want to do. But I can expect if I meet someone, I ain't gonna say he gonna be a hell raiser. I want him to have a little God in him, know what the church look like.
Right.
Excuse me, because the church is within us.
Right.
The building look like in the inside.
Right.
But I'm not expecting him to be the assistant clerk.
Doing what you doing.
Being in the financial room, serving in the kitchen, serving on the board, standing as an usher. Now, if I meet him there and he's doing all of that, fine, he compliments me. But
I'm not gonna say.
But I don't want him too far gone.
That's what I said. I ain't gonna say that.
I don't want him too far gone.
Okay. And that's good. I respect that. But what about the ones that? Well, I'm not gonna even have to ask you that because you already you said how you wanted to be or what you would allow. But it's some of y'all. If a person is not doing it, dotting every I that you think you're dotting and crossing every T that you say you're crossing.
The deacon.
Right.
Parking car. He got to be doing all.
He got to be doing it. He got to be super church man. He might well put a cape on. He got to be so into it. Y'all don't even realize what you're doing by doing that. And if he happens not to even do it at all, okay, I can get it. You might not. That might not be your preference. But if you decide to start pursuing that, don't try to force anything on anybody because you don't want.
Time.
In one of my relationships, I told her I'm not, because we did have differences of beliefs on certain things. I said, but I'm not here to pull you away from what you believe. So unless you bring certain things to me, I'm not gonna speak on it because I'm not here to make you feel bad because I feel I don't listen to that or I don't do this no more because I'm not gonna allow you to do it to me. I'm not gonna allow you to make me feel like I'm less than because you're more active and I choose to. This is my path. Because if you allow me within your circle or whatever, that should mean you've accepted me, not what you want me to be. So we gotta tighten up, ladies. We're not accepting that no more.
Periods.
I'll let her do the period.
Periods.
We not.
However,
we gotta keep incorporating.
Because I call you Ed and you Edwards.
That means she's serious. That means she's serious now.
And I'm looking down at my notepad.
Yeah.
But I think I've been looking at y'all pretty good.
I wish we had called somebody before we started.
I know.
It was good.
And y'all, this is my first time, and I'm like, let me jump on that.
Yeah, and I appreciate it. Look,
I love talking about relationships.
Yeah, wasn't nobody else saying nothing, so. And it was it wasn't one I thought about, but when I saw her inbox me, because she the only one that reached out, I said, it makes sense, because Cookie gonna speak her mind. Ain't gonna bite her tongue.
Look, y'all, I started, and just so happened I was staying with my grandfather, like I said, and I had a notebook and a pen in my bag. I said, I know my granddad probably thought I was crazy. Won't nothing moving in the house. Y'all
see it. It's just, she literally must have just been coming
as it came up.
Because I can't read it.
And see, I facilitate different things, so I can flow. And
she used to this. I'm new to actually feeling
Ed does good because he'll just put his truck in gear and be like, look, let me tell y'all something.
Yeah, if someone on my mind, I can do that.
And that's good.
Thank you. Let me see. I know. I wish I could think of some the other questions that I had that I inboxed you, because it might be different from what I
think you said something about that money. We
gonna get back to the money. Ladies, how could I put this? Stop lying. And what I mean, women to say, I don't need no money, man, for his money.
I know that's right.
That's y'all thing.
Yeah. That's that independence. That's trying to kick in.
Don't be fake independent then. I'm going to say that.
And that just comes with even if you need something from your family. We won't. Some of us are so prideful and strong-willed. And
I get it.
It's not a dagger in the heart to you all, but it's just natural because it was a question on Facebook the other day. Why do people say, if you need anything, let me know? Yeah. And people went on and on, but then I asked the question because I know the young lady very well. But do we actually tell them anything that we need? Yeah. So how do we know they wouldn't do it? Because most people, like you said, people will say it to them. But do you ever reach back and say, look, I need some paper towel, anything. I need such and such. Can you help me out? Yeah. But I get it too, because depending on your experience, especially if you got burnt by somebody that's close to you for asking for help, or had somebody go back and tell your business, oh, he'd ask me for $100, and to get back to you, it makes you scared to ask for help. But yet and still, because it ties back into relationships, sometimes women, and it might apply to us too, you've been disappointed so much by people prior that one little small disappointment or not being able to come through like you hope they would set you off. It'll set you off, and this new person will get the punishment or the residuals from something he never had nothing to do with.
So now you cut out the picture really based on somebody else dropped the ball on. Or kept dropping the ball on.
And that goes back to comparing this. I don't think I'm guilty of comparing, but I'm cautious of certain things, patterns.
Right.
Again, triggers and all of those words. So that's what is, you're cautious.
Right.
Some women are just cautious. I'm bullheaded like that. I'm like, I'll skip now and tell y'all. I remember a time financially. You rob Peter. I know a lot of us can rob Peter to pay Paul. That's the little saying that we say when we got to take away from this bill and pay this bill. But it's just we're so prideful and we're cautious. Those are the two words I'm gonna use, Ed.
Okay.
Prideful and cautious.
Okay. It'll last long enough.
But don't forget that we are creatures of habit. We have emotions, so it's hard not to have guards up sometimes. It's hard not to be prideful. It's hard not to be cautious because of life experience. It's just...
Let's talk about something else you touched on with the glass. How some people are even not used to a person having class and some elegance. Like you said, you might walk around the house with just some Minute Maid in it.
And it's water.
Yeah, it's just water in there, but it's a nice glass. It ain't just a plastic cup. Nothing wrong with plastic cups. But some people are not used to somebody that appreciates nicer things.
This glass costs $1.
But it feels
got a
sexy.
gold rim around the top. Yeah.
But it look better than this. Walking around the house just drinking this. But you pour it in there, it's a different feeling.
And for me, sometimes I'm just in the house chilling with the girls, and I'm like, baby, give me my glass.
Yeah, you just want to feel a certain way.
And she'll say, Mom. But she'll give me my glass. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And I'm perpetrating. And she laughing, and we have a good time.
But you feel good.
But I had wrote something at the top of my book, Ed, and I said exposure.
Yeah.
But that was, when I got here, I wrote that.
Oh, wow.
Because I appreciate, I'm saying and I hope it's some other women out there too, when a man can expose me to some things that I've never seen, heard, done, and vice versa.
Pause there right there. Ladies, some of y'all need to stop acting funny. No, you stay right there. Because some of us are exposing you to stuff you've never done. Stop tripping over the little stuff. You're getting opportunities to do some stuff that your past people didn't do. Stop making me pay for that. When I'm trying to expose you, I get to go all around the country, y'all. Just using me for example.
This boy be rolling.
So I know some places that would be dope for you to go. Don't make me pay for what went on back there. I'm trying to take you this way. Go on, Cookie.
I like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to take you forward. But you making me pay for what happened.
Where's the last place you been at?
On the truck or just...
On the truck.
I was just in Orlando, Tampa the other day.
See, I've never been to Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa dope.
Okay. Yeah. I don't care if he is a truck driver. And he might get a day on that truck. I'm with him. I'm on his truck. And we might get a day on the beach. And then we coming back home. I'm good because I'm with him, right? Come on, ladies. I know.
That's real.
Like we said in the beginning, we're not here to bash either. Yeah. But come on, ladies. I'm with him. We're going to get a day on the beach. And we heading back home. But I done been to Tampa. Something I ain't never done. Now when them little Facebook posts come up.
Yeah.
Put an X by all the cities you can
start marking them
I can start marking them off.
But you so damaged and so used to people not coming through for you that when you got somebody that, like I said, we're not talking about finding perfection. Find perfect for you. But when somebody can start exposing you to something different, instead of you appreciating the new feeling of the possibilities, you're so damaged by the stuff that has happened to you. All you can connect to is when he may not do it the way you want it done. Go ahead, something hit you.
No, it hit you. What you just said.
Yeah.
It's like I already knew what you were going to say.
Okay, yeah, because that's pretty much how it is. Start embracing what you deserve. I wrote that down in a note. I might have posted it. Embrace what you deserve.
I got a note right here, Ed.
Go ahead, what you
to
got?
the women. Be forgiving of your past mistakes.
That all ties together. Yeah.
Be forgiving of your past.
Because, ladies, you'll be surprised what a man will accept if you're honest with him. One of my exes, and they were very fond of her, some of the stories she told me about her past, the average person, if they heard them, they may look at her a certain way. Because the stories are, I'm like, yo. But I got to observe how she moved around as a person. And I understand that some of what happened, it was just her circumstances, in which a lot of you have had to do. So, like I said, we're not here to bash you. Just be honest about who you are. Or even who you have been, if you know it can be detrimental. If you know your past can come back up and continue to put some smut on your new situation, tell that man,
right,
this is how I used to roll. Can you deal with that? A lot of men will be like, well, as long as that ain't coming to me, I'm good. I can't change what you did before me because I can't change what I did before you. That's our past. As long as you're not trying to still dibble and dabble over there and we solid, I don't care about that. Education. So let people, if you say you care about this person, and I know it's hard to open up and just give everybody all of it because some of it is stuff you haven't even dealt with yet. I get that. So I'm not saying like it's easy. But if y'all are to continue going, let this person know. Let this man know. Give him a glimpse into your real life. You can only take the mask off and the nice face we put on when we try to start dating. Try to get that off as quick as possible and let a person see the real you so you can save yourself some time potentially and save them some time and hurt.
Right.
But we try to cover, I don't want to show him this part. I don't want to show him this part. And understandably. But at some point you got to do it. If you saying you trying to be a person's soulmate but you're not sharing your soul with them, I don't know. Yeah, that's a little something. I know a little something sometimes.
So,
You think I have a girlfriend much as I be dropping bombs in here. I'm single though. Go ahead.
I said education.
We can keep going or we can wrap it up whenever we want to. We can keep going.
I said education while Ed was talking is because I think personally, just like some of the stuff you were saying about, being honest, take the mask off. If you educate someone about the things you've been through in life, if they're mature enough,
They're respected.
They're gonna respect it.
Yeah.
They're gonna understand it. I shared some with someone, and the first impression was like, "Oh no!"
That's crazy.
But
That's
after
sad.
I began to educate, then they changed their perspective. And it wasn't someone I was dating; it was a friend.
Okay.
And it was a guy. I do, some guys make good friends.
Yeah. Most of my best friends are women.
And it's always the opposite. It's always.
And I'm some women's best friends. So.
But if you're mature enough and they educate you and you understand, then hey, you never know. That could be your soulmate. You could be in it for the long haul. Now I know there are some things, without being too graphic, that you don't know how to share.
Because it's hard.
You don't know how to.
You buried it, so.
So do you keep it? Do you still keep it from them, or you wait till it affect you? And now they're gonna be around and they're gonna see you going through it.
And that's understandable.
But how does that make you feel as a man, if I've buried something, I've been living with something, and then you see me going through it, and you're just finding out about it? Just as I said, we've been a year in. But it goes back to what you're saying there. Feelings are involved. Seriousness.
The reason I'm shaking my head because I can really relate to that. And like I said, I'm not saying anything to bash, but I think sometimes, and if that's the case, I do understand. Like you say, some things have been buried so deep. Something may trigger it and it comes out. If that's the case, I can't really be mad at you if you didn't even know it was coming out. But if you know you're holding this thing and you're keeping it from me, when you've shared all this other stuff with me, and I've been like, baby, that's cool, I'm good. why not this right here? Why not tell me this? Especially once
Don't
I
know
find
how.
out
Don't
what
know.
it is. I'm like, okay, to you that's worse than everything else, but to me that's like
Don't
you've
know
already
how.
shared everything.
Don't know how.
I
Delivery.
get it.
Delivery.
And I guess that's something we got to work on. Like I said, we don't have all the answers, but that's stuff we need to work on. If we say we love and care about a person, at what point, or even on a professional level, at what point do we get therapy to learn how to talk to our partner? Because I'm an advocate of that. I'm actually looking for a new therapist. The last one I had was kind of trash, and I didn't like talking to her. She was a good person, but she was scheduling stuff too far apart. By the time I would talk to her again, I'm like, well, I done figured it out. Or I done buried it so bad. Yeah, I done fixed me. So I talked to Pastor Percy. He prayed for me.
He done seen a post on Facebook and had a revelation.
Yeah, it's for real. Like
this confirmation right
I
here.
figured it out. So how you feeling today? Well, I'm good today. Like we just having a regular conversation. But anyway, I'm a proponent of even counseling. Yes. Because if you really say you're trying to, first of all, for yourself first. But as it relates to a relationship, and you really want to be the best you can be, nothing wrong with counseling at all. I wish I had done it earlier in my life, or at least started to look for it.
You could. Don't say that.
Break it down. Why are you saying that?
You couldn't.
Well, I didn't know to do it. Yeah, we didn't know.
Thank you. We didn't believe in that.
Right.
You prayed about it. You prayed about it.
Woo!
You prayed about it.
Don't get me started.
You better leave it at the altar. We ain't on that. We ain't on that. You better
that's a whole nother show.
But guess what? That's why. And I heard somebody say, and I forgot where it was. I don't even know if it was actually in church or on something. Mm-hmm. But that's why people are licensed and certified to do these things. Yeah. Who said they're not God sent? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's
and we're not. This is not a spiritual podcast, but that's why people are in places.
It's a vessel.
People have gifts.
I guess in regards to what you believe, that is a gift that is
being theirs.
Used, right, to help heal
people
you.
Look, I just seen my homegirl post yesterday. She look again. We just using all people, and they gonna know who they are.
Yeah.
But these are good things.
We love you.
These are good things.
Yeah.
She just a few steps away of being a licensed mental health.
That's dope.
These are gifts that people have. That's their money. That's their bread and butter.
Go to them.
I'm saying not just to make them rich, but if you dealing with something,
but they're trained to do it.
Go.
They've gone to school.
There's nothing wrong with that.
They have tools.
But you gotta pray about it.
That's why I said that's why I'm looking for another one, because the one I got, she won't. And I might have to go through a few more. Don't be afraid to take the journey. Like I said, I ain't found the right one, but don't be afraid to say. Don't be afraid to own yours.
Oh.
Cookie, how you? I thought, that's your daughter. I didn't say, how is you sending me a friend request and I'm sitting beside you?
Ooh, you said, can
yeah, go ahead.
I ain't gonna use it. I can revise
go ahead,
it when you finish. Go ahead.
I'm pretty much just saying, own yours, own you. Because it's easy to externalize it. They hurt me. And I'm not saying this to minimize anybody's trauma or pain. But they hurt me. They did this to me. Okay, now, after that's done, how have you internalized that? And what are your behaviors now? Because if it's making you react in ways that are sometimes maybe uncontrollable or vindictive in how you do people sometimes, you got to say, okay, this happened to me, but I allowed it to make me this way. I need to own that I'm out here messing people up based on what happened to me. And I can't keep blaming them because the people that hurt me is not the ones living with this man or this woman right now. I got to deal with me and own that, hey, I'm a little jacked up right now.
Hey.
And not even be ashamed of it. I'm messed up. I'm the things I've been through.
The things I've done.
The things I've done that I'm not proud of. The people I've hurt. The moves I've made. It bothers me sometimes because I don't know how to rectify all of it. I need help. There's nothing wrong with that.
Because it's more respected.
It's more respected.
And that person might say, hey, well, you need a little time. I can understand that. Mm-hmm. And we can kick this thing off a little slow. Mm-hmm. Now, the only thing I was going to say, I was trying to revise it, so I'm going to have to use the profanity. Okay. Own your ish. Because that's been my thing. Own your shit.
I'm going to cuss for it. One good cuss.
Yeah. Own your ish. Yeah. You got to own it. It's yours. It's done.
It's only fair to yourself. Before anybody else.
It is. Because you're going to continue. It's going to beat you up and beat you up till you own it. I'm telling you. I had to own mine one night at 12 midnight.
That's it.
And after one conversation was had, I realized I had owned my ish.
Even okay. And don't be afraid if somebody else that's close to you and loves you tells you that. Allow people around you that are not afraid to tell you the truth and that you're not afraid to receive the truth from. And this is tying all in, and I still got work to do. The reason I've calmed down some is because I allowed the people around me to tell me when Ed was messing up. And what did Ed do? I didn't fight back with him. I said, hey, you right. I'm wilding. I had to accept that. Make sure the people are around you, because that's going to help you find good relationships too. Because you're paying attention to how the people around you relate to. So if all your homeboys or homegirls is side chicks or looking to have a side piece or they moving around like that, I know some people try to refute and say, well, nah, just because you hang with them don't mean you like that. Some of that dirt gonna get on you. Yes. You might not be full-fledged into it, but some of that smut gonna get on you. You gotta decide, let me start putting or getting around better people. I wanna know what good relationships look like. Well, let me look around and see, do I know anybody in good relationships? And if they're approachable, let me start asking, like, look, how do y'all make this work?
It don't happen overnight.
Right, it doesn't
Disclaimer.
happen. Disclaimer.
I love disclaimers. It don't happen overnight.
But just the stuff to start looking for. Because it's a journey. At 41, we still ain't got that. Cookie says she ain't been married yet. I've been married twice and failed. So we on two different ends of the spectrum and we still ain't fully figured it out. But we've learned some of the questions. I'm scared. You talking about, I know how it feels to get divorced twice. Woo.
I say I scared because I don't want that one to come to me and I don't know how to handle it. But this is the only time I say it, but
real. Okay.
This is the only time I say it, but I truly believe that it somehow works. You know, it somehow intertwines, and it's almost like I feel like when that one comes, he knows. They say whoever they is. All these years I ain't figured out who they was.
They were had me out here looking crazy.
That the change comes because he's the one and you're the one for him. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like an automatic change come over your life. Okay. That's my thinking. Is that crazy to think?
No.
But I heard that's how it worked though, Ed. From experienced folk. But see, just like using my mom for example.
And I thought about that when you said it.
It's like an automatic change.
But I think about sometimes I even think that like the last generation of people that get married and that stayed married a long time, I think they might be the last ones that can do it for a long time. Us new people, we 5 years max and stuff.
But we borderline with the millennials.
Yeah.
Because we're very interchangeable. Yeah. We can do something. We can adjust it.
Yeah, we right in the middle. We can do a little bit of the older. We grew up around the church. I was around older people.
We old souls, so we can. We've adjusted.
Younger people.
We've adjusted to them.
My kids don't think I'm cool, but I'm the cool.
He is cool.
I'm the cool daddy.
Macaroni, he is cool. Macaroni know who she is. Yeah. Daddy is cool. Okay.
Y'all heard that lady? She vouched for me.
That's right. Macaroni, don't make me get you.
Oh,
but that's just me. Mm-hmm. I think it just when he know who I am and I know who he is, at some point I think it just is an automatic change within the both of us.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm guessing because I guess to a degree from a man point of view I feel that way too, but because it just hasn't happened yet, sometimes I'm like, well, is this realistic? But then, like you said, you look back and you see people that have that. So why not? When for me, it's like you can't rush it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm getting myself all the way together. When I'm
like impatient. Lining up. Like, I'm impatient, ladies, because I'm like, I'm saying, I'm ready to settle down. Hey, I want this. I know I want somebody to compliment me. I want to enjoy him, but then I'm scared because I don't want to go wrong.
I get it. Look.
And then I turn into a baby and I start.
But I'm saying,
I want a character.
You know how hurt I would be for you, which I'm not speaking it into your life. Say if you did get married and it didn't go the way you wanted. I was like, man, Cook out here bad at 45. My heart would hurt because I went through it earlier. For you to go through that later in life, I'm like,
right. I think about that too.
Gracious.
We're human. We think about
I can relate
things.
to that pain. Good gracious.
Yeah, I understand that.
Man, so
yeah, I understand what you're saying with that.
Like I said, we haven't figured it all out, but we have some experiences that could hopefully help you and some perspectives to at least make you consider your own situation and how you're handling it and take some real self-reflection. That's what I've been doing a lot lately. I've been reflecting on me. Have you been handling these things right? Because it's easy to say, they said this to me, or they lied on me, or they painted me this way. Find yourself within that and see if any of what they're saying is even justified. Because if it is, you got to do some work.
If they gonna know it, because it's gonna hit you right in the chest.
It's gonna hit you. You can't run
you
from you.
You gonna be feeling some type of way, just like all them little indirect Facebook posts that you be feeling some type of way about. They don't need to be about you. But when stuff get real,
it's
gonna hurt. And that's when you know you got to own your ish.
However, you can't run from you. So stop trying to. What else you got, Cook? You got some more?
That one thing.
Come on with it. Because I don't want to keep you too long. I know, but this is good.
We rolling.
Yeah.
We rolling. We'd have been there for an hour.
Yeah. This will be my first one over an hour long, so this is good stuff.
Exes.
Woo, talk about it. What we talking about? Bring it out.
When you see me happy, it ain't time for no comeback. Now you done got it right.
You about to hate big head me. No. I'm good.
It ain't time for no comeback.
Yeah, I'm good.
That's all. I mean, it ain't time for no comeback.
That's real. Y'all look, no one is over. No one is done.
And you probably was the cause of the reason why it's over.
So accept it. Yeah.
It's something out there for you.
And that's one thing I had to figure out after my first divorce. Because that was pain. Of course, I'm younger. I had never been through that. It's almost like having to have a funeral for a person that's not dead. Because they're torn away from you, never coming back, about to get divorced. You're going through the pain as if you lost a loved one. But they're right across town. They still alive. So when you see them, you kind of reliving the pain.
Ooh, them butterflies, bubble gut.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
It hurt.
It hurt.
I got one I see. I can't stand. Don't look at me. Don't speak to me. Don't talk to me.
Actually,
I'm sorry.
No, you good because I had one like that. It was, and it's still every once in a while. But it's crazy how last year, one of them I ended up being cooler with.
See, that's awesome.
Strange. I'm like,
but
I'm thankful for it. But I'm
growth.
like, yo, we actually cool now.
That's growth.
You know what I'm saying? It feels weird because it always has been some friction.
That's growth.
You know, but we had not long conversation, but a few. And I'm like, yo, we actually cool now. But
that's good. Proud of my buddy. Somebody got to keep him straight.
Yeah, I'm cool now. I'm chilling now. What was I saying about my first marriage? I was saying,
that she was right across town.
Yeah, and it's
it
like
will hurt when you see. It was like losing something.
What's the point you had made? Because I forget.
It ain't no time to come back.
Oh, the exes. Yeah. Listen. I had to realize I have to get myself together for me, not get myself together to get her back. Because some people, they break up and they say, well, let me get my stuff together because I got to get my woman back. That's respectful. But make sure you're doing it for you first. So if she be like, nigga, no, you don't fall all to pieces again because you really are doing it for yourself. And she'll actually respect it. She might not get back with you, but she'll respect it if she know, oh, he really did get his stuff together. Not just to try to get back at me. I'm thankful he got his stuff together. So, what you got? You got something else? Because I can't read it, so. But this has been good. This has been good. Maybe we'll do it again.
Man,
you know.
Stop trying to chill at the girl house all the time.
Yeah, we got to talk on that.
You want to talk on that?
Yeah, because I was just talking to a young lady yesterday.
That's part of dating, getting to know people.
Yeah, I was talking to a young lady. I said, and actually I told another young lady early on, and it caught her off guard. She was like, huh? I said, I'm not going to try to move in with you. Because I know so many guys do that, so I was just letting her know whatever my intentions was, and no matter what it looks like, I ain't trying to move in with you. I come visit you if I spend the night or whatever, but I'm rolling out. I ain't really trying to leave too much of my stuff here. Because I don't want you to think I'm trying to
Move.
This is your house. This is your space. You have kids here. Until we get to a certain point, I shouldn't be here right now all the time anyway. Men understand that. Stop trying to find you a woman. It's almost like we doing it in reverse, and we got to stop it. At one point, it was the women looking for a man to be the provider and protector. Now, niggas, y'all out here looking for that. For your woman to be your provider and protector.
Coming in when you get rich.
Take your skirt off and get yourself together. We not doing that no more. And then I'm going to leave that alone. You got something else on that cookie? On that
my term was, my take on that was, don't expect to be, date the women. Date us.
Date.
We don't want you, like Ed said, at our house. Especially if we got children. You can come over, but every week, we dating, but you coming over, you never take me out. I mean, we can have some good conversations.
Check it out.
Because we now we talking our age.
Yeah. More mature.
We've seen car doors being open and doors being open.
Yep.
And, different things.
Yep.
We want to date.
Right. Yeah.
We want to go out to eat. You could fix me a basket and we could go sit in the Veterans Park.
Yeah.
Or we could go walking.
Simple. At this age,
the small things.
It's the time spent together, regardless of.
But every time we meet up, it's not you when we come to my house 9 o'clock at night. I don't mind you coming to my house.
Right.
That is a part of getting to know me. But every time we link, you don't have anything else to offer. But
you can't even take me
on
out.
my couch.
Or at least okay if you coming over. Nigga, have a board game or something. Like, have something creative if you're going to come over. Like, have something productive. Don't just come over and want to live on my couch.
Creativity is important.
You know what I'm saying? I had a situation, I'm not going to put a date on, but where it was a miscommunication where, I had been chilling with the young lady, and it just happened to be there for a couple of days, not even thinking about it. Then she started acting a little weird, so I'm like, okay, boom, boom, boom. So I ended up going back home. But I don't like gray areas when I'm dealing with a woman. Like, let's talk about this because I'm assuming you feel this way. You might be assuming I'm feeling this way. So we had a conversation and she was just honest. I asked her to be honest with me. I was like, look, something ain't right. Like, I don't understand what's going on. She kind of had the impression that I was, because of how other men had done, she was just wondering, was I trying to move in too? I was like, no, I'm just chilling. I was like, look, I ain't say I ain't never got to come back here. I was like, I respect your space, though. I have kids, too, so I know what you mean. No, I shouldn't be, or nobody should be around y'all's space like that all the time. Because your kids should be able to walk around in their drawers if they want to and not have to worry about putting some pants or a shirt or whatever on for Mr. Ed because y'all at home. So, back to what you said. Guys, date her first. Don't even expect to go to her house at first.
I'm glad you cleaned it up because I ain't know how to...
Yeah, don't even ask where she stayed at first. Let her feel comfortable. And then you can ask, do you want me to pick you up or you gonna meet me there? Give her the option. Stop trying to force your way into this woman's door. Get you a boarding room house or something if you ain't got nowhere to stay and get it on your own for a while. Don't go live in nobody's crib that she done worked hard to get. We not no homosexuals out here no more. If you got anything else to add, Cookie? If not,
I'm going to say this and we can wrap it up.
Yeah, okay.
However.
Yeah, that's the word for the day.
And I think we said this off the air. We understand situations, and that goes for both men and women. Mm-hmm. I understand that, hey, you may have gone through something.
We good. Got a couple more seconds on it. Go ahead.
That you may have gone or be going through something, and you're establishing yourself.
Yeah, I remember that.
And you can't take me out. Relay that. Communicate that. I'm telling you, every time we get together, I'm not looking for you to buy me Ruby Tuesdays. And I'm just using those small ones.
I get what you saying.
Because it don't take much for Tyronza.
But okay.
It's the small things.
Because we're trying to cut off, but let me ask you, Cookie. Okay. A guy looking from a distance and seeing you always fly, got your stuff together. The perception is...
I wear sweatpants, Ed. Come on now.
Well, you fly today.
I mean, you know.
So what I'm saying is, if a guy see you out, say you out and about, not in Emporia, because
that's where
we're not
I mean.
even used.
I'm glad you touched on that. Go ahead.
But say you in Richmond or down Virginia, say you in Charlotte, whatever. A man looking and be like, yo, she got up. They might not know what angle because it seemed like you ain't even bothered. So how do we know you just like simplicity and stuff? Because the way you present it is
because guess what you're gonna do? You're
Beyonce vibes.
You're gonna approach me.
Now me, I don't mind approaching a woman. Like
you're
if I
gonna
like you,
approach me as the man that you are.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem
with respect and pride and dignity.
Right. Okay.
And you're gonna talk to me and say the right way.
Right.
I don't want to hear no "What's up, shawty?" because I ain't your shawty. I heard it all day long.
I got you.
I work in a prison.
At the correction. Yeah.
And you been there?
Yeah.
Not in. He worked.
I worked there. Yeah.
How you doing? You look nice. Whatever.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Greet you at the level that you
talk to.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
you'll find out. Guess what? I'm just from Impo. When you get your
you actually good. Like nigga. Oh.
I'm just because I told Ed. I think I talk just as much junk as he do.
Whew, yeah.
And this is how I get through. But you know what? I had some, and I lost it because you asked that question.
Oh. Well, we might do a part 2 at some point, like if you want to, because this is something.
It was something you said. I want to.
I be saying stuff.
I be saying stuff.
Just a few minutes ago. I don't know.
Before I start talking.
I don't
know. But I'm just a girl from Impo.
Yeah.
You ride through here, you might get a ticket.
Yeah. You come too fast, you will.
Know how to talk to women, men. If you don't text it. Oh.
I'm guilty of that.
Don't text me to death. Come on.
Well, not text you. No, not text you to death.
You got to have some conversation.
My thing is this.
Text me to death.
I text first before I just call you to see if you good. Before I just pick up the phone. Because I know me, like what I do, and sometimes my schedule changes up. Don't just call my phone.
Right.
I might be breaking my rest. Like so I try to be considerate of other people.
But guess what?
What's up?
A person that you're talking to knows that. So they know that you might be asleep.
Okay.
Hey, you up?
Right. Yeah,
hey,
right.
You on the road?
You're right.
But people don't communicate like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hey, you on the road? Can I call you? Or
you're right. If I
just
am dealing with them, they do.
Just checking on you, just from the conversation or text. But don't talk. Don't think you can just text
every day, right.
and don't call. That's not getting to know. No.
Okay, and I'm gonna get a little pushback on that because I had one situation where I know the young lady is busy a lot between the couple of things that she has going on. So from my view, I was like, okay, I'm gonna text her, and if she's not busy, she'll call me because I don't want to be the one to call and disturb her. It's like I'm gonna text her. We'll run it through text. And if she gets a moment and she's free, she'll call me because I call myself being considerate. Now, of course, that doesn't apply to every situation because, like you said, some guys or women, they just want to text. I'm like, for one, I'm the type of person, you need to talk to me on the phone to actually hear how I say stuff. And because my text message can really be taken wrong, you need to hear my voice and see the intent in how I say it. Because some stuff I say is crazy in a funny way. But if I text that to you, you're going to think I'm just a butthole. So call me. Yeah, call me. Some of y'all, not everybody. You got anything else?
No, because I lost my thought.
I'm sorry. But like I say, if we could do this again. Don't be mad. I appreciate you coming back.
I enjoyed it.
This was good. Like, I was hype all day once I was like, let me hurry up. I
watched Salt and Pepper last night.
Was it good? Yeah, it was on Lifetime. That's why I was a little. But they got the last couple of them pretty decent, so I might catch it.
Like.
That's our generation. Y'all got the city girls. We had Salt and Pepper. Yeah. Y'all got Meg Thee Stallion. But it's all good. Like I said, we might be doing this again because with relationships, it's ongoing. It's an ongoing journey. And like I say, because a lot of the good stuff we didn't even get to say, and this been on an hour and 20 minutes. And some of the stuff we still didn't say from before the camera got turned on. So, we're going to see how it goes. If we need to revisit it, we'll set up something else, and we gonna make it happen. But until then, thank you. You got any last words?
Thank you, Edward.
You welcome. Edward. Calling me Edward.
Edward Tyronza. No, I really enjoyed.
My kindergarten
Thank
smile.
you. You don't want to see my picture with my Michael Jackson t-shirt on. My mother forgot it was picture day and sent me to school with a Michael Jackson t-shirt on.
That's funny.
But no, thank you. I enjoyed. I really do appreciate the invitation.
Thank you. We will see y'all later.